Okay, let's get right into it. If you're a creator, a freelancer, or any kind of solo entrepreneur, this is for you. Think of this as a survival guide. We're going to talk about that one-weak link that could bring your entire business crashing down, and more importantly, how to build a system that can actually weather any storm.
So, picture this. It's the absolute nightmare scenario. You wake up, you're grabbing your morning coffee, and you see an email with the subject line, "Your account has been suspended." And just like that, poof. Your main income source, your audience, your entire business, it's gone. Now, this isn't just some made-up fear. It happens all the time to creators who've put all their eggs in one digital basket. And this kind of vulnerability all boils down to one single problem.
In the tech world, they have a name for this, a single point of failure, or SPOF. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's that one piece in a system that if it goes down, the whole thing grinds to a halt. For a creator, that single point of failure isn't some server in a rack. Nope. It's your main social media account, it's your only payment processor, or maybe it's you. All right, so how do we fix this? Well, we're going to borrow the playbook from an industry that literally cannot afford to go down ever: data centers. These folks are completely obsessed with getting as close to 100% uptime as possible, and they do it by hunting down and eliminating every single point of failure they can find.
The entire philosophy in that world is built on one simple but really powerful idea. They just assume failure is going to happen. It's not a possibility, it's an inevitability. So they don't waste time hoping a part won't break, they build the whole system expecting it to break, and it just keeps on running. The secret to this? It's a little concept called redundancy.
Now, there are basically two ways to do this. You've got active-passive, which is kind of like having a backup generator at home. The main power goes out and the backup kicks in. It works, sure, but there's always that little delay, that switchover time. The real goal, the gold standard, is what's called active-active. Both systems are running at the same time, sharing the workload. If one of them fails, the other one doesn't even blink. It just absorbs the extra work, and there's zero interruption. That's what we want for our business, a system that never stops.
So how do we get that active-active system for our own businesses? We have to start with the most important part, your money. Relying on just one platform for 100% of your income is the biggest single point of failure there is.
This is what a truly resilient revenue structure looks like. You've got your primary channel, that's your main engine, where most of your focus goes. But you're also building a secondary channel, maybe on a totally different platform. And then, crucially, you have a direct channel. This is income that no platform can ever take away from you. Think direct sales through your email list. This way, if your primary channel goes down, your income doesn't drop to zero. You just have a bad month.
And this table here shows you exactly why this model works so well. Just look at the relationship between risk and control. Your primary channel is high risk precisely because you have very little control. But your direct channel, it's low risk because you have all the control. So building redundancy isn't just about adding more income streams, it's about building streams where you're the one in charge.
Okay, so your revenue is diversified. Check. Now we need to protect the actual assets that generate that revenue. I'm talking about your content, your entire archive of work, and maybe most important of all, your connection to your audience. Now this next part is so important. Your email list is the only distribution channel that you will ever truly own. Platforms can change their algorithms on a whim, they can suspend your account without warning, they can go out of business, but nobody can take away your email list. It is your personal active system for reaching your audience, it's always on, and it's always yours. And for your actual files, your content archive, we can borrow another golden rule from the data center world, the 3-2-1 backup strategy. It's actually super simple. You want 3 copies of all your important data, you need to store them on at least 2 different types of media, and you have to keep one of those copies completely offsite. So for a creator, that could look like this. Your original work lives in Notion, one backup is on an external hard drive in your desk, and your second backup is on a different cloud service, like Dropbox.
And like this quote from Thibaut Patel points out, this isn't just about your creative work, it's about your customer data. An exported list of your customer emails and what they bought from you is one of the most valuable backups you can possibly have. Losing your platform is bad, but losing your audience, that's fatal.
So, we've talked about your revenue, and we've talked about your assets, but there's one single point of failure we've missed. It's the most fragile, the most critical, and honestly, the most overlooked component in the whole system, and that's you.
Look, you can't clone yourself, but you can build in some personal redundancy. First, create a content buffer. Try to get 3 or 4 weeks ahead on your production schedule. That way, if you get sick or just burn out and need a break, the
The business keeps going without you. And second, document your key processes. Write down how you do things. It's not for some future employee, it's for you. It makes the system stronger and less dependent on everything being trapped inside your head.
We've just laid out the entire blueprint. By the way, if you're getting something out of this, a quick like, follow, or share really helps us make more content just like this.
All right, theory is one thing, but let's make this really practical. It's time for a little stress test on your own business. And I want you to be really honest with yourself as we go through these next 3 questions.
First question. If your main platform, your main source of income, just vanished overnight, how long would it take for your income to hit absolute zero? A week? A day? Instantly? The answer to that question reveals the true state of your financial redundancy.
Second question. How many truly independent copies of your life's work actually exist right now? And remember, a backup of your Notion database that's also stored in Notion doesn't count. If Notion goes down, you lose both. Are your backups on completely separate systems?
And finally, here's the big one. If you had to completely step away for 30 days, no work, no emails, nothing, for a vacation, an emergency, whatever, would your business survive? The answer to that question tells you everything you need to know about your most critical single point of failure. If this explainer gave you a few things to think about, I'd appreciate it if you hit that like button and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.